Hi, Michael.
Hi.
So,
Wireless is really good.
What's going on at Finite Films as of late?
So the past week we've been getting in full post-production mode for Defenseless. We have now edited the first half of the movie and locked picture, and then we were getting ready to film the finale scene, and Alex and I sat down and started rewriting some things to fit our new location.
There we realized it was going to be basically almost too long and too epic for just a true short film for 1 month. So we're basically dividing it into 2 parts.
So part 1 will be coming out September 1st as planned, and then part 2 is going to be coming out October 1st.
And that means we'll have adequate time to make it really good, finish special effects.
That means for Alex's movie is that we're going to slide his movie to December 1st release date, so that Ryan still gets to make the horror movie, which comes out on October 31st. I only like Orange with Black, actually.
What are we doing right now?
We are choosing the finalist constraints for the Halloween movie.
First, Ryan, Michael, and I all sit down and put check marks by the constraints that we like the most. And then we put all of our choices side by side so we see where all 3 of us are aligned, or maybe just 2 of us are aligned, and slowly whittle down the constraints to 21.
One character loves to scare people when they least expect it. Story constraints. Someone has just fallen asleep at an inopportune time. So Alex and I were editing and locked the first part of Defenseless so that we could move on to doing the visual effects and the sound and the music.
Michael is currently working on the visual effects for part 1. Ryan and our friend Daniel are working on the sound effects. David's doing color.
While I'm exchanging emails with Brian Ricker, who's the awesome composer guy that did Stealing Time and You're Here. I think we're at 19 emails over the past 3 days between Brian and I, as he sends us, new versions of the music, and we give notes and da-da-da-da.
These are exactly the kind of people.
Maybe you knew that.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I think I would just make sure you have all the beats hit right, like that you want.
Yeah.
And just confirm that. But I think the
So that's what we've been doing. It's a little bit complicated, but that's why we have a production schedule on our website now that clearly delineates when everything is happening.
And for the production diary question, if the Finite Films cast and crew were in a real-life horror movie, or just a horror movie, who do you think would be killed off first?
I think I would die first.
Well, I mean, Michael Tucker, right? Like, right? Like isn't that the rule?
It would be Addie. She's happy, she's nice, and no one would realize she was gone at first.
I don't know necessarily who would die, but I definitely want Addie to die first.
If we're going by minority standards, we do Alex, Michael, or me would be the first to die.
I guess in this case, me or Jillian, because we're sort of the newest members of everything. Jillian, being the pretty girl, would probably get it. I might be killed with her if we were involved in some sort of tryst, which would be funny.
I'm gonna have to go with Mikey.
Well, Mikey said that he dies in everything, so maybe Mikey?
I don't know why, and I don't think it says anything bad about Mikey, but I feel like he would almost definitely die first.
I feel like there'd be a twist, meaning I think David Sims. Sorry, David, but you'd probably be the first to die.
Ben. Ben would be killed off first.
I think the realist in me knows that I would probably be slowest and most dim-witted about how to avoid a serial killer, so I think I would probably be first to go, unfortunately.
I feel like it would be me. I think I would be the first one to die. I'd be like Drew Barrymore in Scream.
Could be me, because my knee's not feeling well and I'm slightly injured.
I would die first. I think it'd be a good mystery trying to solve who killed me. It would be kind of funny in a sad way.
Who is the killer?
But I think it'd be Michael, just because I'd be most afraid in the moment being killed by Michael. Yeah. So I think he'd be the creepiest killer. So therefore would be the killer.
And then in the end, I would come back because it turns out that I wasn't really dead and I was in cahoots with Addie. And then in the very end, Addie and I would die because it's revealed that we weren't the only killers and that Garrett was the true killer.
I'm gonna put it between you and David.
I could definitely see Dan being the killer.
Scott or Dan?
The killer be Dan. no explanation necessary.
You would be. Ryan McDuffie would be the killer. Like, especially twisted if you were the killer, which is why it would be so good. Because he'd probably like killing people in really bizarre ways.
Oh, obviously Addie.
Addie would be an interesting choice. She actually inside, deep down, had just snapped entirely and was just killing off all these people she says she loves so much.
The serial killer would definitely be Terrence. But only because he rarely has emotion on his face.
Ooh, yeah, with that mustache.
Terrence is too predictable of a killer.
I think it would actually be a team effort. I think it might be the three of you sort of founders.
Garrett. Yeah. He's Wily Eyes.
Or maybe Shoshona.
At the end of the day, it was Shoshona that killed us all. I don't know. I haven't had time to think about this. It's difficult.